There's so much to talk about. Let's get into the headlines. Today was the start of the Senate confirmation hearing for President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Brett Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh is Trump's second Supreme Court nominee in 2 years. 2 in 2 years. You've got to admit, Vladimir Putin is definitely getting his money's worth. Isn't he? The hearing got pretty contentious because a lot of Americans have concerns about this nomination. They do. Now, of course, I, as a Brit, I have an additional concern. This is for any judge, which is, does he look sufficiently stupid in an old-timey wig? Yes. Yes, he does. Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing, now, it may last 4 days. Now, is it just me, or does 4 days seem short to anyone else for something so monumental? 4 days. It took my wife and I 3 weeks to pick a paint colour for our new kitchen. Although that was a lot like Trump's choice, because we were also just picking from 4 different shades of white. In other Trump news, there's a new book coming out soon by legendary journalist Bob Woodward. The book is called Fear. It's an in-depth look at the current state of the Trump presidency. In the book, Defense Secretary Jim Mattis is not very complimentary about Trump and describes him as having the understanding of a 5th or 6th grader. Yeah, apparently Trump could not grasp the concept of how the wheels on the bus could possibly... They go round and round. They go all day long. But now, here's the thing. If all this is stressing you out, don't worry, because in other news, a soon-to-open marijuana museum in Las Vegas has installed a 24-foot-tall, fully functional bong. 24-foot bong, and they're calling it Bongzilla. You just know that there's 2 stoned guys sat trying to come up with a name like, dude, what are you going to call this thing? King Bong, Bongzilla, LeBong James. I got it, bro. Bong, Skull Island. Now, because of this giant bong, the city has now changed their slogan to whatever happens in Vegas... Wait, what were we talking about? And we had to tell you about this story. Over the weekend, a fish vendor in Kuwait was forced to close after it was discovered he was trying to make his fish appear fresher by putting googly eyes on them. True story. Here's the first... Right, now here's the thing. The first sign your fish might not be completely fresh is that you're buying it in the middle of the desert. But this is pretty bad. It's never fun when you come back from the fish market and you realise you've been catfished by an actual fish. The fish market had a good excuse, though. They said they just did it for the halibut. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't clap it. No, don't. Stop. Stop it. You're better than that. We're not, you are. And finally, everybody's talking about this. Colin Kaepernick, the quarterback who started the NFL kneeling protest, has been named the face of Nike's Just Do It campaign. It's a brilliant campaign. I think you've seen it. And here's the thing. Some people are so angry about this that they're actually burning their Nike shoes. Yeah. Burning your own shoes as a response to something. If only there was a word for that kind of action. Oh, yeah, protesting. Now, that's... Yes. Now, completely harmless protesting. Now, I don't agree with that sentiment at all. I don't. But I will say burning your sneakers does seem like a solid way to get out of going to the gym. Isn't it? I'd love to be there, but, no. Now, these shoe burners think Colin Kaepernick has disrespected America. Now, here's my idea. Nike should just make a pair of Kaepernick shoes that look like this. Right? Just to mess with people. They're like, I want to burn these, but I can't. I want to burn them, but they just can't do it. Now, if you didn't see it, here's the Nike ad that people are upset about. Now, here's the thing. If people are now willing to boycott Nike because of this ad, I've got some suggestions for other things that Colin Kaepernick can promote, and maybe people would start boycotting those too. You know, for example, this one, flossing in public, eating tuna at work, facial hair that's not quite a full goatee, just a little line that goes down the chin. And, of course, the final thing that everyone should boycott, Brett Kavanaugh.